What's going on, everybody? This is Blighters, and we're back again on the Dragonflight beta. Today we're doing Halls of Infusion. It's one of the new Dragonflight dungeons. Well, let's get into this. So we got some. There's an Earth Shield you can kick. Probably just as a. I feel like the Gust is probably more important to kick, where it does more AoE damage. A little lag on the beta. Little lag. Okay, so these orbs do a ton of damage. So you're going to want to kick them. It's this one, Expulse. That does a ton of damage, right? So you're going to want to kick that. There is a lot of lag on the beta. Jeez. So I did not kick that one there, but you'll see going forward, it's very dangerous. So get some kicks on it. These kind of just jump around, those annoying mobs as a tank. So I kicked it right there, so then we don't have to worry about it. It does, when you say, one of them isn't too bad, but when you start getting like two of them, as you'll see, like we get two of them later on, like we have two here, if they both go off at the same time, is a lot of damage. There's actually 4 here that you can technically get. That one's dead, that one's dead. So those are probably your priority mobs. Just kill them ASAP, and then you don't really have to worry about it. Got 2 more, and then we'll get into the first boss. So I've done this dungeon a few times. I'm kind of indifferent about it. It's got some cool bosses. I think the last boss is actually pretty cool. But not really like my character was not jumping. Alright, so this has like a tank hit where he kind of bashes you. So you kind of keep him away, Titanic Fist right there. That's the one that stuns you guys, so you keep him away from the group. Does a static surge, which is just AoE damage, has to be healed through. Can't really do anything about it. Alright, so then he does the adaptive barrier. So now this is kind of like the tank part, right? You want to pull these devices in, and he needs to be hit by 3 of these nullifying pulses. They killed those way too fast. And okay, that one and that one is going to break the barrier, because he has to get by 3 of them. But you can't, like, they don't move very fast, so. And the longer he does that, the more stacks of this buff he gets. Right, this one right here, where now his like damage is increased by 40%. So this, if that would have lasted longer, that would have been very bad for the group. And this is the way we're going. I guess technically you could go up as well, but fucking bears are swimming. So over here are these frogs. Now, if you played Mr. Pandaria, you know what this does. This gives you, at 10 stacks, you're dead. So your DPS will kind of want to kite it, like around, because once they get 10 stacks, they're going to die. It is a poison though, so you can dispel it. Just keep that in mind if you play like any tank that can get rid of poisons. You're also going to need that on this next boss, because the boss also does the strike to you as a tank, so you can dispel yourself while the healer gets the DPS, because they're going to summon ads as well. So we're just waiting for this gauntlet. There's another way in here, I believe. If you go up, you don't have to come down into the frog room. Though I've never actually went that way, so I don't know what mobs are that way, so that might be something to explore at one point. Yeah, because I believe you come down into this way, from that way into here. DPS doing what DPS do and just like to pull. So these two are kind of the mini bosses. They don't actually do much here. They do like a cauterize and like a wind gust. Is dead. Now we go and we fight. Literally missed the frog. So as you'll be able to see, I'm going to start getting a debuff. So move out of the falling stuff on the, that's just the frogs that are falling. So you have one of the debuff. You have to be inside of Gulp. If somebody is not inside of Gulp, he gets like a stacking enrage and does more damage. See, I'm now at 5 stacks, 6 stacks. I'm going to remove corruption myself. But the DPS get it as well. So I figure on like harder difficulties where this boss fight lasts a lot longer, having a tank that can remove the poison is probably going to be super beneficial. This dungeon is really laggy right now. Oof. Pull these. The proto drakes do like a breath. I would just face them away. There's a bunch of kicks that need to be done, like the ice shards and the wind buffet. The torrent do like a stomp around them where you kind of got to get out of. It's one of those trash packs that just do like everything all at once. See the breath, just face the breath away from the group. Try not to hit the group with it. Get kicks on the other guys. Pretty basic stuff. I'm going to roar that so that way I don't have to worry about it. Now we face the third boss. So you'll notice the ice like tombs around the room. So you kind of want to tank her kind of near one because you're going to have to run behind one at some point. So for Glacial Surge, pretty sure that's where you have to run behind it. No, it's Hailstorm, I lied. So Hailstorm, you run behind one of these. Does a bunch of damage. If you're behind it, it LOSs that attack, but it does not LOS the heal. Like your healers can still heal you. So Glacial Surge, you want to get out of the first one and then run back to her because the other two will be farther away. And you just kind of rinse and repeat. Hailstorm's about to happen. We're not going to LOS it because, well, she's dead. And then we go this way. I hate evokers. The moving thing, I guess it's actually just I don't really like to be force moved for no reason, right? So you see these wave bubbles coming down. If you as the tank stand on these two middle ones, it never hits you. So you don't really have to like run around and dodge them. I guess actually as if you're any class, you just stand on them, you don't have to dodge them because the two in the middle never pull. So I'm going to come down, I'm going to pull these. I have Incarn, so we're just going to do this pretty big. I can just stand in these middle two and not have to worry about anything hitting me. That way I can face these, like the proto dragons away from the group so they're not fiery, like everything on the group. I'm gonna roar, try to get some kicks off. It is a gauntlet, so they're going to keep spawning until we go forward. And it should be over. This guy, yep, there we go. This one spawns. That ends the gauntlet part. Kick barrier. Technically get as many kicks as you can. That way there's just not damage going out. And then you fight the last boss. So at some point the boss is actually going to knock everybody back. That'll be stage 2, I believe it is. Yeah, 40 seconds from now. But the boss is probably going to be dead before then. And it actually doesn't look like this boss is doing any mechanics because people are just killing him way too fast. So that's awkward. I can't actually show you any of these mechanics because the boss literally did nothing that pull. Well, sometimes on beta it'd be like that, but thanks for running with me, and I think I just hit like some weird button. Sorry about that. Somebody's talking to me. Thanks for running with me, and we'll see you next time.